How have you found the Singapore beer scene while you've been here so far?
I landed about 4 hours ago, and this is my third beer in the same place. It's pretty good so far.
Okay.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Drinking Out Loud, all the way from UK, and this is Mr. Paul Jones from Cloudwater. Tell us a little bit about Cloudwater.
Sure. We're just a little over 4 years old. We're a small brewery in the north of England in Manchester. We specialise in very modern, bold beers. Make a lot of very, very hoppy beers, IPAs and double IPAs. I think that's what we're most famous for.
What is your impression of the craft beer scene here in Singapore?
Well, I mean, last time I was here, I think there was barely a scene going.
And how many years ago was that?
5-6 years ago. I remember doing a little bit of research about like where I could go to check out some local beer, and I think there was 2 places. Nowadays, like we send beer over here, and Elijah's running our beer into 6-7 different accounts that really focus on modern, bold, flavorful beer. That in itself tells me just how much things are changing, you know?
What do you think is the success of Cloudwater?
I mean, we're still trying to figure that out ourselves. I'm serious. We know how we feel as consumers. We know what makes us feel good. We know what makes us feel respected by breweries. And so we're just trying to employ like every single thing that makes us feel good as human beings in our work. So we're very open and honest, we're very candid with our consumers, we're accountable, and we also push a lot to try and, how can we innovate in a way that makes sense for people? How can we sort of draw attention to the sort of values that we hold dear that probably a lot of other people do too? I think more than anything, we just try to be really honest with ourselves and spend a lot of time analyzing our experiences and figuring out what's working for us, and then inputting as much of that into our work as we possibly can.
It's just a 4-man team.
Yep.
When you guys started.
Yep.
And we do have a lot of microbrewery that's kind of like starting out in Singapore. So any advice for these folks?
Yeah, I've got really simple advice. Make better beer than us. Really, if you're not getting out of bed with that ambition, your company's probably not going to survive very long. We always felt like idiots because we always aimed really high, but we didn't know how to get there. Okay, so we would drink beer by Russian River, or by Sierra Nevada, or by Tegernsee, or by Timothy Taylor's, or Hill Farmstead, or any number of breweries. Gursby Tilcan, De Garde, etc., etc. We drink beer by all of these breweries, and we still do. And we're always trying to figure out how can we kind of close the gap with people that are really far down the road, specializing in particular styles, really far down the road with their quality programs. But that's the life that we live. And even though we don't know the answers, we certainly know what we want to achieve. If you're working in a brewery right now, if you've set up a brewery and you're giving it a shot, you better be giving it a shot on those terms.
What is your favorite beer, apart from your own beer?
Probably more often than not, Tegernsee Helles. We all drink a lot of that beer. It's incredible, and I definitely encourage everybody to go and check it out. A really good German lager. Yeah.
If you are not a brewer, what would you have?
I don't know really. I've always been fascinated by impermanence, by human suffering, and so I think I would still be doing something that's trying to offer something good values to people. I don't know quite what that would be, but that's always been my drive in life. It's what I'm trying to do through beer right now, so something along those lines.
Brilliant. So if you have not tried Cloudwater, go try some Cloudwater, yeah? Alright, see you in the next episode of Drinking Out Loud.
Cheers.
14 pounds?
$13.70. The most expensive beer on that bar right at that time was the weakest one. And that was the outrage, right? The outrage in the press was like, how can beer be this much?